Stream
How
keyboard.
long is the stream?
Normally I would not, oh, but they're gonna do it most likely less, 45 minutes. Copy. Why are we not using person? We're using
And the
person.
cameras are good for battery?
Mine normally, I'm not sure about Tyrel, but yes, normally mine has gone over into a 3-hour board meeting AGM, so that's fine on its full charge. I need to start streaming, but I need to mute.
That phone. We should refresh the phone.
His own? That's not a. Why not? What is happening here?
Disconnection
I need your usual connection.
It is here.
Where? Oh, no, as in, sorry, I meant that piece. The piece that connected it. That's what I meant.
Oh, that.
Testing. No, read out the project. I can't hear it. Testing. Testing.
Testing. Testing.
It's on 6.
Testing. Testing. More volume. Testing. Great.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Temple of Life Center for Spiritual Living, in person and on Facebook Live. Today is Youth Sunday. Welcome. We are doing something a little different today, which we hope you will enjoy as much as we enjoy putting it together for you. I am Tyrel Creary, and my co-presenter this morning is Mikhailia Richardson. Let us begin as all things at the Temple of Light begins, with our opening affirmative prayer. We recognize the presence of Spirit in our midst. This presence of love conducts this morning's service in an atmosphere of love, light, and peace. We embody this love now and with thanksgiving, the law manifest and perfect experience, and so it is. Mikhailia will light the youth candle.
I light this candle on behalf of all the youth of the world. Let us behold the Christ in them.
Please stand me and join us in the Temple Mission song found at the top of page 3 and on the screen on Facebook Live. The Temple of Light, the Temple of Light, the Temple prosper, to love and liberate. Anyone who comes into contact with us, anytime, night or day. The temple of light, the temple of light, the temple of light. We are a people with a vision, one with spirit, one mission, to touch, to heal, to bless, to prosper, to love and liberate. Anyone who comes into contact with us, anytime, night or day. Thank you. Please be seated. Time for the announcements. Friends, please join Reverend John Scott for a quiet moment in the garden, Mondays at 6 a.m. on Facebook Live. Then on Tuesdays, join us again on Facebook Live for our spiritual mind healing service at 6 p.m. Speaker this week will be Reverend Michael Record. On Sunday, December 6th, our pastor, Reverend John, will deliver his Yuletide assignment at 9 a.m. Hosts for the morning service will be Reverend Sonia Davidson. Classes. On Thursday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., Reverend John will conduct another of his exciting face-to-face classes. This one is titled Mental Equivalent. Come and he will explain this to you in greater details. On Thursday night, Reverend Ann Shan and Reverend Sonia Davidson host another class, this time on Zoom, entitled Revealing Wholeness. You may contact the office to reserve your space and receive the Zoom link. The cost of each class is $1,600 for non-members and $1,200 for temple members. These fees are payable either at our office or to the Bank of Nova Scotia, Knoxford Boulevard, same Visa account number 20941. Remember to book your space by calling the office at 876-946-2230. Thursdays at the temple are busy days. Prayer Power is on Zoom between 6 and 7 p.m. on Thursdays. Please call us and we will send you the link for this also. Prayer support. We have many options. You may call our prayer line at 876-978-1167. Any time of the night or day that you require prayer support, If you prefer speaking directly with one of our ministers, please call 876-289-0907, Mondays to Fridays from 8 a.m. to 12 midnight. Or call in your prayer request to the office at 876-927-6145 or 876-946-2230. Or why not drop us an email at templeoflight@cwjamaica.com. You may also visit our office to drop off your prayer requests, tithes, offerings, or make appointments to speak with practitioners. Christmas takeout lunch. Instead of the annual bazaar, we will be hosting a takeaway lunch deliciously catered by our own chef Theo of Great House Caterers. Lunch will be available on Friday, December 4th from 12 noon to 4 p.m. Please call the Temple of Light at 876-946-2230. To place your orders, visit www.ghcaterers.com/online ordering. Orders should be placed by Tuesday, December 1st. Remember, here at the Temple of Light, every day at Christmas. Please support our ministry of love and light. Boulevard, savings account number 20941. Friends and members watching us on Facebook Live may visit our homepage and click on the PayPal donate button to make your contributions. Friends, inside the sanctuary, we are reminded that there are baskets conveniently provided in which you may place your love offerings, which are found in the corners. This concludes the announcements. Please stand and join me in the prayer of our center found on page 3 of your program. The prayer of our center. The Temple of Light Center for Spiritual Living is a sacred field embodying our spiritual community, from which the Christ, peace, love, and joy emanate, to touch, to heal, to bless, to prosper, and to liberate anyone who comes into contact with it in any way. The light of the Christ illumines us, our center, and our environment. Our spiritual community is filled with and surrounded by the presence of God, and is growing from strength to strength. Our power of God expands our consciousness of truth, guiding us ceaselessly along the path of wisdom, spiritual growth, unfoldment, and attainment. We are blessed, and to God be the honor and the glory forever. And so it is. You may remain standing for our first hymn. They'll know and believe it on page 4. Thank you. Please be seated. Sorry. We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. We are one in the Spirit, we are one. We pray that your unity may one day be restored, and they'll know and believe it by your love, by your love. Yes, they know and believe it by your love. We will walk with each other, we will walk hand in hand. We will walk with each other, we will walk hand in hand. Together we stand and we stand down in each other. We know and we believe it by your love, by your love. Praise to the Father, all praise to the Christ, every Son. Yes, they'll know and believe it by your love. Thank you. Please be seated.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Christopher Morris, and I'll be singing the song Imagine. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living life today. Ooh. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Ooh. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. Ooh. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday that you will join us, and the world will be as one. And the world will be as one. And the world will be as one.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. What a lot of things to imagine, though. What, imagine such a place. I mean, idealistic. I mean, pretty much like the temple, I guess.
Imagine my brother Tyrel came in my room, took my computer.
We're going personal now.
My room. How come you come with my computer?
Because you've been using it for the whole entire day and Daddy says my turn to use it.
Yeah, I hear what him said a while ago. I don't think you're talking sense. My computer, Tyrel, out of my room, you come take my computer?
Yes, I did.
Brighty.
Right.
Tyrel, I bought that computer with my money, and your father is going to tell you that you can take my computer.
It's not your father now.
Not really. And how could there be that it is my computer? There's no justice in this. It's my computer. And you come take my computer. You know what him say? Daddy say you can't take the computer. No, it's my computer.
You want justice.
Of course.
Justice is my turn to use it. That's justice for me.
Tyrel, did you buy that computer? No, you did not. It's mine. You don't have the authority to come in my room and say, you understand? My room. Tyrel came in my room and took my computer. I'm going to say, and if it is that I did something, you know, everybody's going to say, over one computer. Yes, it's my computer. Uncle Mikey.
Yeah, my seemed to be a very important word. The my computer is my things. But it's true. So you say you want justice. What would justice look like to you?
If he asked me to use my computer, of course, I would lend my wonderful brother.
So the fact that daddy say don't make it justice.
No. Daddy don't have no talk here. It's my computer.
Boy. Back to my again. So my seems to be a very important word in this conversation. So you said she wants justice. What would justice look like to you?
Make things wrong make things wrong and make it right.
I don't understand.
Make things that are wrong to make it right.
So what you consider wrong is her computer, you know, she rightly say. It's not your computer. You have your PX box and everything, and I'm sure you guard it just as, you know, carefully. So what would justice look like to you in this case? I mean, because one of the things that we're trying to figure out what justice is. Because if I'm here as a peacemaker, one of the first things that we have to identify is what is kind, what is right, what is just, and what would cause a good solution. Because justice is not a destination, or justice is a process. You know what I mean? And one of the great leaders, the spiritual leaders at the time, said peace is not the absence of conflict, is in seeking for a solution that satisfies everybody. You heard her mention the word my, and we have to respect that because my is a very important situation for most people. There are a number of people across the world who has never been able to say, this is mine, because they don't have anything. The system in place don't allow certain things. And we have noticed it along political lines, along color lines. So one of the great kings or rulers of the time have this wonderful song that Bob Marley did, until the philosophy that holds one race superior and another inferior is certain thing. As long as we have that, we will not know peace. And it describes peace as this fleeting illusion to be achieved but never attained. So what it means is that peace is something that we have to keep working on. What we can work on right, what we can solve right in this situation now is the situation called like justice. In other words, is hers. And all that she's asking for is that you ask her permission. Daddy can't give you that permission. Daddy should be there as the peacemaker. So daddy, and I'm calling out daddy wherever he is, he never have that right. What daddy should have done is said to her, listen, I know it's and acknowledge that is hers. And say, listen, allow your brother to use this now. And I'm sure it would happen. So what are you going to do? No. God, we have to resolve this situation.
I have to apologize.
No, don't have to. So apologize.
Mikhailia, if I know you're going to get this mad over that
No, it must have no condition. It must have no condition. You must just apologize. Because if you don't acknowledge it, you know, she can know that you don't really mean what you're saying. You know. You understand?
I'm sorry for taking your computer, Mikhailia.
Sorry, don't come so easy, no.
But
Because it's my computer. It's still upstairs. It's mine.
so suppose he promised not to.
Everybody break promise.
So what would make you happy then? What would make you happy?
Well,
You want a key for your room?
I do is out of order coming.
Yeah, we're on the part. We want to move to the next stage now where both of you not cutting after each other and we're sitting down. And so when you sit down at the dinner table, there's smiles all around.
Okay. accept your apology. But next time, acknowledge me. Just say, Mikhailia, can I borrow your computer? Because just a while ago, of course, I did not think it was mine. I thought it was yours because you had it. And he didn't ask me, but I accept your apology. And next time, I would like you to ask me, okay?
You see, and I don't want to preach today. I don't feel like that kind of mood.
Please
But
don't.
like I said, peace is, when you hear peace, more time you hear about peace and justice, it sounds so far away. It sounds like at a governmental level. One of our famous singers and poets, Peter Tosh, has a particular view, and his view is that we keep talking a lot about peace, but nobody talking about justice. And without peace, there can be no, without justice, there can be no peace. And it's probably nice if we think about it a little bit, and we're going to explore it a little more in song. But one of the Bible stories that we learned growing up is the story of Adam and Eve. And we found that probably one of the first unfortunate situations in the history, based on the Judeo-Christian Bible, is that Cain killed Abel because of, well, somebody said bad mind, jealousy, because of the acknowledgement. And is the father coming again now? His father, based on the thing, to pray something for the father. And it caused, so we realized that this whole question of non-peace, and the absence of peace is not just war, it's discontentment. So it started, basically, we learned about this. And I think whether we look at the Bible figuratively or metaphorically, I think what it is saying is that it starts right in our small corner, in our little village, in our little family. So the same situation, the same solution, the same approach that you guys took to reaching peace in your family. The fact that I'm happy that I was here to just, and I didn't help you do it, all I did was just point out the situation to you and allow you to be your best self. Because finding peace is about being our best self. At our core, we are wonderful people created in the image of God. So when we be in our best self, we are in search of peace. We are in search of situations where people feel unwanted, unnecessary, or unfairly treated. And the situation is, how do we help to build a better world? How do we help and start building this better world by right in front of you? So have a conversation with Daddy. I think we did an injustice. I know I could come to you. But I didn't think that my sister, and I'm sure you didn't mean for her to get angry, but she got angry. I apologize for both of us. And sometimes all it takes is that acknowledgement that somebody didn't feel as good. Because it's really about feeling, how you feel. When somebody is not paid after they've done a day's work, resentment builds up in the heart. And they go home and they take it out on another family. So the situation can spread. So the same way that we know that joy can spread when you do a kind deed, discontent and thing can happen when we are equally, what do you call it now, not thinking of another person's. And I'm trying to stay away from all of the cliches or, the things that, the very philosophic ways of talking about peace. I want to bring it right here to this thing, right here in this temple. In other words, there might be somebody in this temple now that having a heavy heart just because of something that somebody said earlier today or last week. And what is again beg all of you, I could just stop for 10 seconds. Everybody just shut your eye for 10 seconds and take a deep breath. And if there is the slightest little hint of a little bad vibes against somebody, let us just, in this 15 seconds, just move it out. While Rosalind come to the thing. We're affirming the creation of a clean heart, a new spirit, and reaching out to all the people of the world.
I just heard Mikey say something. Morning, Temple. It's always so wonderful being here, and so wonderful being out, especially now. I just heard Mikey say something, and I remembered he said before he gave the exercise of stopping and close your eyes for a few minutes if you're holding any resentment toward anybody. And I remember Reverend Sheila from UCT that I go to every now and then. Once she said something that really resonated with me. Sometimes we hold on to stuff, things that somebody may have done something to us, and it impacted us so badly, and we hold on to it while the other person is off on a cruise. And I've never forgotten that. That has always stuck with me, and I keep reminding myself that my peace is really my responsibility. And it's a process for me. I'm not going to stand here and act as if, it's so easy. I just get up and I go, ooh, and I meditate. No. Because sometimes when I'm driving on the road and somebody bad drive me, I have to say, bless you. And I have to say it in that tone too. Because if I don't say that, something else will come out. So it's a learning process for me too. So yeah. So when Mikey asked me to sing, this song came to me. Wonderful song. Always speaks to me. So hope it speaks to you too. Ooh. If we are one big family, no one will have to beg to eat. If we live in a world of dignity, no man will have to live on the street. If I tell you you're a part of me, there's no need for disbelief. Here's my hand to let you know that what we dream we all can own. Apart we are weak, together we're strong. Oh, people, yes. We're all right in this song. We're all living these words together. There's no reason we can't live and be one. Build the world that we want together. For as long as you stand here by me, we'll live on. Yeah. Think of all the possibilities that the eyes of a child can see. Think of all the opportunities that float right by you and me. So take my hand and we will know that what we dream can be our own. Apart we are weak, together we're strong. Oh, people, do you know it? Yes, sing it. We're all right in this song. We're all living these words. We're all living these words together. Forever, there's no reason, no reason we can't live and be one. Just build the world that we want together. For as long as you stand here by me, we'll live on. Yeah, we'll live on. around. Oh, turn around, for as long as you stand here by me, we'll live on. Oh, yeah, 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 yes. Oh, yes, we'll live on.
We're gonna,
Bless you, everybody.
and we'll live on. And as I was taught to say here at the temple, and so it is, we will live on in peace, and peace starts right here at home, right, in the solution of all the simple conflicts. Who get the last piece of chicken? It starts right there. And like I say, the whole thing is just to be our best self, our God self, to kind of downplay the egos a little bit, and just be the best self that we can be. Because there's a joy that comes from it that you only have experience. When you experience it, you know it. And hopefully something that you want to happen over and over. And sometimes all it needs for us to be a catalyst is just one kind word, just one situation. Sometimes, like I say, most times it takes one person to make a difference in a situation that is a powder keg that will just blow up if you don't say the right words. I enjoy a position in the music industry, or a reputation in the music industry as a peacemaker. And I treasure it so much. I mean, people have called me ready to do harm, both to themselves and other people, harm to their careers. And at the moment, you're not even wondering why they call. You just realize that here is something urgent. And at the end of the time, when maybe later on you say to somebody, why you call me though? You and I are not even so close friends. And I'm saying, boy, that is your reputation. I would kind of know. And I give thanks for that. I really give thanks for that. And I have to acknowledge the teachings of the temple, in reaffirming and strengthening this reputation and this feeling of wanting to make the right of every situation, make the situation the best possible situation, And you keep asking the question: is it necessary? Is it fair? Is it honest? Will it bring about feelings of goodwill among individuals? And sometimes we have to stop thinking about the world. Because the world is a couple of billion people, and most of us can't imagine that. But we can imagine our house, the neighbor that have this like a miserable dog that just keep barking, that you really want to fling something and lick. And then you say, you fast forward, go 2 weeks, think. And one of the philosophies that most of us are 5 minutes either from making a good decision or a bad decision. And the difference between a lot of us is what we do in the next 30 seconds, how we react to situations. And these are some muscles that we have to build up, these patience. Like Rosalind was talking about the driving. I used to have road rage. I don't have road rage anymore. No, I practice, I set out. I read this thing and said, listen, whatever it is that challenge you, challenge yourself. So I challenge myself not to get road rage. I wave at taxi men when I'm bad drive me. And I have found, and I'm so creative when I'm in my car. Sometimes I actually pray for a little roadblock so that you can make a phone call or something. So in other words, when you start to turn what you used to consider problems into situations to better yourself, to build up the patience muscle and the love muscle, then we have to just give thanks for that. We have to give thanks. So I give thanks for the temple, and I give thanks for those of you watching or enjoying the service out in digital space. And we are all, it's the first I've been here since the coronavirus. And like Rosalind said, it feels so wonderful. This morning I was up and getting ready and things, and it just felt so good to be getting ready to go out. And give thanks for this place. So those of you on Facebook, take some deep breath yourself and enjoy your coffee at home, as I'm sure we will here. I hope so. No, I usually look forward to the coffee here, because I remember I'd stopped drinking coffee, and Reverend Susan said, "Why you don't drink coffee?" I said, "Well, when I drink it, my heart races." And she said, "What's wrong with that? Your heart needs to race every now and then." And I said, "Well, if you're a doctor, you will say that." So, Rev, I've been drinking my cup of coffee in the morning and enjoying my heart race and thing. And so, listen, it is so nice to hear people laughing. I miss Reverend John laughing, and I could imagine when Razin was talking about she and the taxi man, I just take a little prims at Reverend John, but because of the colorful language that him talk about all the time. So I know it's a real thing. Jamaica is a wonderful place, and once we open our hearts to accept the good lessons from this corona lockdown, we're going to find that it was probably the best thing that happened to a lot of us. And I can get like a preview. Ernest Smith and Pluto and myself writing a song about the one good thing about COVID. Because we're having a conversation, and I'm sure it happened to all later. Almost every conversation you have with somebody, one of the things that gets said. One of the good things about COVID is that. So if any of you have a good, what you call it now, limer, or good little lyrics that you figure would work in the song, just call me. But we have a duty. We have a duty to spread this little laughter and this joy to everyone that we meet here. One of the things that I've been doing every day is making a phone call. The emojis and things, fine, but they're not enough sometimes. And we have learned to code things. How you do? Well, I'm good enough. And you're not so good. So usually when I hear that, I kind of explore it a little more. Sometimes you don't want it because, your budget kind of limited and you don't really know if you want to take on nobody else's, thing. But do it. Trust me, most time what people want is not money. Them just want to hear a conversation. Ask about the picnic, them ask about the thing. How you coping with COVID? I am coping by pinching. You're going to the supermarket. Carmen was talking about making lists to go to the supermarket. I have to make a list to go to the supermarket now because, the income not as much as it used to be. And so we have to deal with the expenses. So we have to help each other how to live physically. And one of the beauties about this temple is that it is tools of living every day. Not just being holy upon what a day. It's how you live. What the things that make you smile. Find the things that make you smile and full up your life for them. We need to smile a little more. So like I say, it was really, really wonderful. So we have a job, and before the end of the day, we're going to help to heal the world. All right? So back to you, the boss.
Boss lady. I'm sorry. That was it. That's the word.
Thank you so very much, Rosalind and Uncle Mikey. That was very beautiful.
Only about Chris, Chris.
Please take your love offering. Please stand and take your love offering and join me. Please stand. Lovingly I give, joyfully I receive. Be thou fruitful, increase and multiply. Bless, prosper, and enrich everyone whom you touch, and replenish all of my financial affairs. Thank you, Father, and so it is. Please remain standing and join me in the closing affirmative prayer, which is the prayer of Jamaica. The radiant light of God's love is now flowing through us and from us to everything and everyone it touches. The eternal light of God's love now completely fills, covers, and surrounds our island, Jamaica. Glowing intensity of the light of God's love now completely penetrates and awakens within the hearts and minds of countrymen and women. The truths of life which set free. The light of God's love is growing and glowing in intensity in the hearts and minds of mankind everywhere. Love, health, harmony, goodwill, peace, uprightness, integrity, joy, prosperity, kindness, and our oneness under God are now established, and so it is. Please be seated.
Oh, blessings and love, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here.
Check.
For those of you who do not know, my name is Jamila Falak, and I'm here to embrace the godlike in me so that I can embrace the godlike in you. And that way we can heal the world. Yeah? Coricon, piano. There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And in this place, it'll be brighter than tomorrow. If you try, then you'll see that there is no reason to cry. In this place, you will feel no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a little space, just make a better place. Heal the world, make it a better place. The entire human race, there are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And in this place, it'll be brighter than tomorrow. And if you try, yes, I know that there is no reason to cry. You will see that there is no pain or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Just make a little space. Yes, make a better place. Sing it with me. Heal the world. Clap your hands. Make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. One more time. Heal the world, yes. Make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Yeah, heal the world. I'm dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. You and for me. You and heal the world we live in. Look out for our children. Heal the world we live in. Look out for our children. Heal the world we live in. Look out for our children.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Special thanks to Miss
Miss
Roslyn Williams, Miss Jamila Falak, Mr. Corey Clark, and Mr.
Malachi, and a huge thanks to Uncle Mikey Bennett. We love and appreciate your help and efforts.